to the BCHS Bear Network. Once again, I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, and joined today by a couple of guys, very familiar faces. At least one of them is, and the other you'll become very familiar with very, very soon. But introduce them right now. Our principal here at Bradley Central, Patrick Spangler, along with an old teammate of his, former player here at Bradley Central, and Coach Spangler. I call you Coach still. You were a coach for many, many years. Tell us who we've got over here. Zach Carpenter, of course, but tell us what you know about this guy and how he ended up where he's at today, because he's been announced recently as our new head basketball coach for the Bears here at Bradley Central High School.
Yeah, it's quite the honor to be able to, introduce Coach Zach Carpenter. Kind of like the bringing back home day, to bring him back to our campus. I first want to say, thank you to Coach Chuck Clark.
Absolutely.
I mean, for his time, he was my coach. When we played, also just really looking at it, I coached alongside of him, and then I was his assistant coach. Coach Chuck Clark means the world to me, and so and then I know after that transition took place, and we started the interview process. It's tough. I mean, and I think you and I talked about this earlier. This is a highly sought after place. All the way from the kids we get to the foundation that Coach Smith and Coach Clark and the other guys before us laid. It's a special place. It's a special place because of the tradition, but also a special place because we look at Bradley Central High School and we in this community as a leading high school in the state of Tennessee. And so, so going through the process, we had incredible applicants, and so landed with Coach Zach Carpenter, and we could not be more excited and happy to bring him back home as a Bradley Central alum, but also to a community that his parents have served and sisters have served. I mean, so it's just a special day to bring him back to Bradley Central High School and get him back into Cleveland, Tennessee.
I think we're all excited and agree with you 100%. And Zach, it had to feel strange being gone out of Bradley since 2000 when you graduated, to come back and walk these hallways again, walk into the former teammate's office, and he's now the principal. How's that feeling? I mean, tell us about it. Your thoughts.
Yesterday when I came up here, I'd been in the gym plenty of times, come up and watch guys practice, been to a couple games since I've been gone, but I hadn't been back in the building.
Yeah.
So when I came up here to meet with Patrick yesterday, I'm walking through the halls and memories just start going through my head. And I walk up the old attendance hallway, and I'm working my way back, and just seeing him there as the principal, it was surreal.
I bet it was. Well, you've been gone a long time since you graduated Bradley. Sort of walk us through where you've been and what you've done since then.
So when I got done playing, I went to the University of Alabama, Huntsville, played there for 4 years. Had a great career down there, played for Coach Acuff, who's now at Lipscomb. When I got done there, I was fortunate enough, I got to go play overseas. So I went to Denmark for a year, played over there, unfortunately had a couple injuries, had to have surgery, and that's when I came back and finished my degree at Lee University. And when I was there, I was a volunteer assistant with the basketball team. So I get done there, and John Meeks, who was the assistant at the time at Lee, got the head coaching job at Lewisburg College. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I went to Tennessee Tech first.
Okay.
I did 2 years there as the director of ops and worked on my master's, got my master's done. Then John got the head job at Lewisburg. He gives me a call, and I went the JUCO route the next 9 years. Did 1 year at Lewisburg, 2 years at Wabash Valley over in Mount Carmel, Illinois. Worked for Dan Sparks, Hall of Fame coach. Learned a lot from him. From there, I jumped in the league, the same league I was in at Wabash, over to John A. Logan. Spent 6 years there. Had a great time. Head coach there, Kyle Smith-Peters, one of my best friends. Great coach, doing big things over there. From there, I went to Indian Hills up in Iowa for about 4 months. Got there late summer, right before November. UT Martin had an opening come open. Anthony Stewart, who recently passed away this year, he called me. We talked, and he offered me the job, and it was a chance to get back to my home state. So I've been in the Midwest for 8 years and was trying to work my way back south, and that door opened, and I was fortunate enough to get it and spent the last 4 years there.
Well, we talked a little bit earlier, is there a factor, you mentioned maybe fate brought you together, back to Bradley. Sort of tell us about your thoughts on that.
I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think I told Patrick this. I came in town to visit my parents, and I came in on a Sunday. Well, usually when I come in and it's nice weather, I call Coach Clark up. We'll go golfing. So it was that Monday that he announced he was retiring. And I called him, and he said, "Were you calling me about the job?" I said, "No, actually, I'm calling to see if you want to go play some golf, Coach." And I didn't know at the time, so then I had a few former teammates and former players here reach out to me, asking me if I was interested. I talked to Coach Smith. We had a lot of conversations, and it felt right. Coming back home, I'd been gone for so long, been away from my family, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity, and I'm excited.
Well, I was looking back at your record when you hear your team record, 85 wins in 3 years, because we didn't have a ninth grade. We had the middle school programs going on then, so you came in as a sophomore. Kent Smith, in his early years of his career at Bradley Central, he came here in 97, 98, I think, but in 2000, you guys went to the state championship finals, finished runner-up in the state to White Station there. You had a Mr. Basketball, Josh Hare. The bar here at Bradley set mighty, mighty high. Expectations are high for any sport here, as they should be at a school like Bradley. And I know you're probably, you're going to bring your own philosophy from the coaching ranks that you've got and all the experience, and you'll have to adapt to the personnel you got. But do you, as a coach, do you look to have a wide open type of offense when you're running, or a high octane offense, we say, or are you more of a deliberate half court? Or
I think that you got to be able to adapt to what you have personnel wise. I would love to be able to get it out, run, play fast, score early.
You guys did that back in those days. I mean,
Right.
It was Katie bar the door, whenever.
And we did, and I would love to do that, and a lot of that's going to be predicated on the personnel that we have, and what's going to set us up the best for success.
Was there any single factor that prompted you to come back? I tell you, let me hold that question up later. Let's talk about your family. You're a single man right now.
I am.
Tell us about what's going to happen over this summer.
Here in about a little less than 2 months, I'm going to get married. So
You can always change your mind now.
nah, I think I got me a good one. So I've got me a good one.
And where is she from?
She is from. She lives in Ohio, up around where my dad's from, Middletown area. She lives in Carlisle right now, Carlisle, Ohio.
So you're going to be bringing her to town, and I understand she's a teacher as well.
She is. She's a middle school English teacher. So
Wow.
she'll be making the
So
move
fingers
down here
crossed
definitely.
that we'll find her a place to be at, But I think everything I hear about her, she's an incredible English teacher.
I was hoping to bring her
and
by today so we could introduce her to the.
Yeah, she'll be here soon, I bet. So
She will.
no, but I want to go back and just talk about the expectations a little bit. It was really interesting because. Some of the applicants, what are the expectations, and then you have to go through this spiel, this is what we're, but when Coach Carpenter asked, what are your expectations? What's the school's expectations? I said the expectations are the explanation for this is pretty simple. It's the same expectations that we had. That got us over to Murfreesboro and a 37-2 record in the year 2000. I said, so those expectations haven't changed. The way you go about your business and the offense, the defense, and the coaching philosophy, that's you. But the expectations for Bradley Central High School basketball, it's a standard, and that standard has been set, many years ago with Coach Smith and Coach Clark and the coaches that were before them. So.
Well, we were talking, you're only the 14th coach in the history in 100 years. You look back, Chuck Clark was here with us 8, Kent was here 17 before that, or 14 before that, so expectations are you're going to be a long-term hire, and we hope you are with a highly successful career here, but I'm sure that's what you're ready, getting married. I mean, this is a huge transition in your life. Your a career path change in the career, plus you're getting married.
It is.
And it's just got to be crazy for you right now, I'm guessing.
It really is. My head's been spinning since I accepted the job in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited about everything that's going on. There is a lot on my plate right now. There's a lot of things I got to get figured out from wedding planning. As soon as we get done here, I'm hopping on the road. I've got to go see the fiance and iron out a few more details for the wedding, and then finding a place to live. So I mean, right now I've been staying at mom and dad's, but we got to find us a place to live and. Yeah, it's a lot right now.
Well, I understand you met the players yesterday that's coming back, and you'll have those returning, plus some freshmen coming, I'm sure. And what was the reaction from the players and your reaction to them, I guess?
It was good. It was real laid back. I wanted it to be real casual, nothing real formal right now. Just introduced myself to them, gave them my background, asked them if they had any questions. We exchanged contact information with them. Told them I was going to be setting up a schedule for the upcoming, I guess you call it spring schedule, and summer. So it was real laid back. You know, they seem like great guys, great kids. I told them I'm ready to get to work, and I'm excited about it.
Well, do you anticipate you'll be in some summer camps, I guess, and things like that typically take place this year? We'll have them again this year since COVID's sort of hopefully going away. Keep your fingers crossed. But that's where a lot of the groundwork is laid for your upcoming season.
I do. I think that stuff's big from the bonding standpoint. Just going to be able to get away for a couple of days, and it's you against everybody else. That's when you guys really come together.
Yeah.
And I think that's big. So I got to get with Coach Clark. Said he's got some information on some camps for me.
Oh, good. And he'll make the transition. You know, Chuck, he's going to make the transition as easy and make himself accessible to you as well. What advice do you offer to a head coach coming in here? You've been here the last many years.
Yeah, 12. I'll be completing my 12th on this campus, but 2 as principal. I mean, this is a special place. When people come, you know, to Bradley Central High School and join our faculty and staff, I mean, it's an incredible faculty and staff, and he's going to be, you know, welcome with open arms, you know. And there's a lot of great resources, from the community resources to the people on our campus, you know, to Coach Clark, to Coach Smith, you know, to even Coach Reuter. I mean, you look at the relationship that him and Coach Reuter have as well. I mean, Coach Reuter was our coach when we were playing, and so it's one of those connections that I think the transition will be pretty smooth because, you know, he knows a lot about our campus already. But you know, and Coach Jackson, I think Coach Jackson, you know, is going to be a vital part in making this transition happen, and talking about, you know, spring workouts, you know, summer schedule and camps. And you know, it's awesome. I have to bring this up too while I'm talking. You know, it goes out on social media, you know, that Coach Carpenter's coming in, and I'm kind of like an observer, and so, you know, and so I'm looking at all the stuff and looking at all the college coaches and just former players and people that are commenting or you know, sending me stuff, and you know, with that, I think that's a testament to Coach Carpenter and his body of work over the last 16 years in the college profession, that he was a likable guy. And the guys loved to play for him, and he was well respected among the coaching ranks, you know, at the college level. So I think that's an extra layer that he's going to bring to us here at Bradley High School. So, well,
I think people, I've heard nothing but positive comments to me personally about the situation, and people anticipating you getting back and having a good run here and all that. I think it's an exciting time for all of us involved there. And like you mentioned, Coach Chuck Clark, one of the greatest guys coach we ever had. Wish him well. He's going to still be on staff here at Bradley Central, so we're going to see him around a lot, and I know he'll help you in any way he can. But we'd like to thank you for joining us today. And Coach Spangler, I can still call you Coach.
That's okay.
Spangler.
I coach every day. I just have a principal title. So
you got a bigger team to coach now.
I got a bigger team, yeah, so it's still a coach.
But thank you for joining us as always today. And Coach, we'll be doing this throughout the basketball season on a regular basis with you. And I look forward to working with you and your team in every way we can. All of our programs are going to be produced right here in the H12 studio at Bradley Central High School. Mr. Vince Roy and his staff and students will take care of that for us each week. They're available on the BCHS Bear Network on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitter as well. So check those out and watch for those as we move forward closer. And basketball will be here before we know it.
I know it.
I'm telling you, man, years will click by here, and then you'll be in camps and all that before you know it, and anticipating the upcoming basketball season.
That's right.
We're all looking forward to it. So until next time, guys, we'll say so long for now. God bless, and go Bears.